Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Man of La Mancha, by Dale Wasserman, Joe Darien, and Mitch Lee. Locale, Spain, at the end of the 16th century. A prison in the city of Seville and various places in the imagination of Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. Setting, the common room of a stone prison vault whose furthest reaches are lost in shadow. It has niches and crannies where the prisoners make their nest. It is below ground, reached by a stairway which may be raised or lowered, drawbridge style, and is lighted by scant cold rays sifting through a grill overhead. The prison vault is actually a single basic setting within whose architecture the Don Quixote scenes devised by Cervantes' play. A uniformed captain of the Inquisition appears as Cervantes and his manservant are led into the prison. The captain speaks to Cervantes, who is watched closely by his manservant. Anything wrong? The accommodations? No. They appear quite interesting. Do all these people await the Inquisition? No. These are merely thieves and murderers. Now, if you need anything, just shout, if you're able. What did he mean by that? Calm yourself, Sancho. There is a remedy for everything but death. That could be the very one we need. Good morning, gentlemen, ladies. I regret being thrust upon you in this manner and hope you will not find my company objectionable. In any case, I shall not be among you very long. The Inquisition... Enough! Noise, trouble, fights. Kill each other if you must, but for God's sake, do it quietly. Who are you? Speak up! Cervantes, Don Miguel de Cervantes. A gentleman? He has never saved me from going to bed hungry. And that, my servant. May I have the honor? They call me the governor. What is your game? My game? Your specialty, man. Cut purse, highwayman. Oh, nothing so interesting. I am a poet. They're putting men in prison for that? No, not for that. Too bad. Well, let's get on with the trial. Excuse me, sir? What trial? Yours, of course. But what have I done? We'll find something. You don't seem to ever understand. I'll be only here a few... My dear sir, no one enters or leaves the prison without having been tried by his fellow prisoners. And if I'm found guilty? Oh, you will be. What sort of a sentence then? We generally fine a prisoner all of his possessions. All of them? Well, it's not practical to take more. One moment, these things are my livelihood. I thought you said you were a poet. Of the theater. What's all this in your trunk? Costumes and properties, you see. Actually, I'm a playwright and an actor. So of course these poor things could not possibly be of any use to... Very well, take them, I say. Only leave me this. Heavy, valuable, to me. We might let you ransom it. I have no money. How unfortunate. Paper, manuscript, still worthless, fit only to fit the fire. Wait! You spoke of a trial. By your own word, I must be given a trial. Oh, very well. I hereby declare this court in session. Now then, what are you here for? I am to appear before the Inquisition. Heresy? Not exactly. You see, I had been employed by the government as a tax collector. Poet? Actor? Tax collector? A temporary thing to keep us from starvation, yes. So how does a tax collector get in trouble with the Inquisition? I made an assessment against the monastery of La Merced. When they wouldn't pay, I issued a lien on the property. You did what? He foreclosed on a church. But why are you here? Someone had to serve the papers. These two have empty rooms in their heads. The law says treat everyone equally. We only obey the law. Duke, Governor, if you don't mind, I should like to prosecute this case. Why, my good Duke? Let us say I dislike stupidity, especially when it masquerades as virtue. Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, I charge you with being an idealist, a bad poet, and an honest man. How plead you? Guilty. Bravo! Your Excellency, what about a defense? But you just pleaded guilty. Had I said innocent, you surely would have found me guilty. Since I have admitted guilt, the court is required to hear me out. For what purpose? The jury may choose to be lenient. Clever! He's trying to gain time. Do you have a scarcity of that? Any urgent appointments? It is true I am guilty of these charges? An idealist? Well, I have never had the courage to believe in nothing. A bad poet? This comes more painfully still. Have you finished the defense? No, scarcely begun. You have no objection. I should like to continue in the manner I know best, in the form of a charade. Charade? An entertainment, if you will. Entertainment! At worst, it may beguile your time. As this my cast of characters is large, I call upon all here to enter in to play whatever roles they like. May I set the stage? I shall impersonate a man, enter into my imagination and see him. His name is Alonso Quijana, a country squire, no longer young, bony and hollow-faced, eyes that burn with the fire of inner vision. Being retired, he has much time for books. He studies them from morn to night, and often through the night as well. And all he reads oppresses him, fills him with indignation at man's murderous way toward man. He broods and broods and broods, and finally, from so much brooding, his brains dry up. He lays down the melancholy burden of sanity and conceives the strangest project ever imagined. To become a knight errant and sally forth into the world to right all wrongs. No longer shall he be plain Alonso Quijana, but a dauntless knight known as Don Quixote de la Mancha. Hear me now, O thou bleak and unbearable world. Thou art base and debauched as can be, and a knight with his banner so bravely unfurled, he hurls down his gauntlet to thee. I, Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha. My destiny calls and I go, and the wild winds of fortune will carry me onward, whithersoever they blow. Whithersoever they blow, onward to glory I go. I'm Sancho, yes, I'm Sancho. I'll follow my master till the end. I'll tell all the world proudly I'm his squire, am his friend. Hear me, hells and wizards and serpents of sin, all your dastardly doings are past. For a holy endeavor is now to begin, and virtue shall triumph and last. I am Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha. My destiny calls and I go, and the wild winds of fortune will carry me onward, or whithersoever they blow. Whithersoever they blow, onward to glory I go. Well, Sancho, how dost thou like adventuring? Oh, marvelous, your grace, but it's peculiar. To me, this great highway to glory looks exactly like the road to El Toboso. You can buy chickens cheap. Like beauty, my friend, it's all in the eyes of the beholder. Only wait, and thou shalt see amazing sights. What kind? There will be knights and nations, warlocks, wizards, a cavalcade of vast, unending armies. Soon I shall engage in brave combat. Aha! The very place. Where? There in the distance, a castle. Castle? Rock-bound amidst the crags, with brave banners flaunting in the wind. I swear by my wife's little black mustache, that's not a castle. I don't see a castle. I don't see something. Maybe it's an inn. Don Quixote, we better pass it by, your grace. Those roadside places are full of rough men and women. Come, we shall ride straight to the drawbridge of yon castle, and their division may improve. Here's an example of how, to the untrained eye, one thing may seem to be another. To Sancho, an inn; to Don Quixote, a castle. And where there's a castle, there are ladies to defend and wrongs to right. A quest that gives the knight the very reason for his existence. Ah, Sancho, how do I envy the enemies I am about to vanquish? Envy? To think that they will know a lady's healing touch upon the battle wounds I give them. The battle for right. It is the mission of each true knight. His duty. Nay, his privilege. Let this be proof to thee, Sancho. Nobility triumphs. Virtue always prevails. Now in the moment of victory do I confirm my knighthood and my oath. For all my life, this I do swear. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorry, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right, without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know, if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star. Madam Toastmaster,